How to become a witch. Anyone with sufficient motivation, patience, and inner strength can be a witch in real life. Magic is real. You can learn how to cast a spell at your home, and many people are using witchcraft to make their own spells, rituals, and charms of any kind. If you want to learn how to be a witch, keep reading this article and add this site to your favorites. First of all, what is a white witch? There is just one simple answer. A witch is a practitioner and student of the ways of magic. Anyone who decides to go on this way to become a real witch. Witchcraft is basically a very broad term. It is popularly known as women whose main interest is to make magic potions, have cauldrons and fly on a broom. But this is not a real witch. There were other lies about sorceress dedicated to the magic using corpses, called necromancers, or making people die, or controlling the weather. None of these things are truth. Don't you believe these things if you are looking for a way to learn how to become a witch. First, you have to forget everything you know about witchcraft. Why? Witches don't transform people into frogs being a real witch. This is precisely why you have to forget everything you know. What you have learned about how to be a witch in movies like Blair Witch Project is not real. It is Hollywood cinema, it is entertainment, and you don't have to believe what they sold in films because magic doesn't work that way at all. How to become a witch? Answer: it is easy to begin this way, but becomes more difficult as more advanced and deeper you want to go. Many restrictions, taboos, and even false illusions will begin to impede your trip. Then there are other beings, such as devils, who do not want that you can learn how to become a witch or discover the secrets of the magic, and will try to confuse you, scare you, or even to do you harm. As the first step, you should learn something about the history and the origins of the magic. And then you can go ahead with some simple spells for beginners. Then you will learn about the different known ways in which magic has been used and is still used, for example, white and black magic, witchcraft for love, voodoo, hoodoo, chaos magic, necromancy, and other practices such as tarot reading, astrology and so on. Some basic spells to become a witch that you can try if you are starting your way to learning how to become a witch. I've written a few instructive basic level spells. Some are spells for love, others are spells for money, health, work, etc. Anyone can start with some of the witch spells on this site. Spells for beginners: easy love spells for beginners. What do I need to make spells? What is sorcery? How to become Wiccan witch. Wicca is a religion based on beliefs and rituals related to nature. It is believed to have a direct connection with the ancient tradition of the Celtic Druids. The Celts were animists, so they believe that trees, mountains or rivers are possessed by souls. In Wicca religion, each one of us is the creator of our own good and evil. Both the one as the other have caused it directly or indirectly with our actions and thoughts. By this mean, each one of us has the power of changing his life. I suggest you to start celebrating the Sabbath or pagan festivals. As you go celebrating every ritual, you will learn and read about each pagan tradition. There are many, and already we will be talking about it on this website. Most importantly, on how to become a powerful witch is your determination. Full of devotion, study and personal overcome. According to the type of white witch you want to be, you may be more conducive to studying one of these ways of thought and adopt different traditions. Now we will list some of the most important schools of witchcraft. The Wicca witchcraft, also known as green magic, is very popular in the United States. Its followers pray to the great goddess Gaia, which means earth in Greek, and who is closely connected to nature and meditation. The first followers of Wicca were disciples of Gerald Gardner. On the other hand, you can find the paganism and the Druid, who focus their beliefs in ancient traditions and in the history. These styles of witchcraft if you want to become a traditional witch. There is a myriad of regional witchcraft, coming from places such as Africa and Oceania. Examples of these forms of worship are the voodoo of Haiti, the Santeria in Cuba, and the Umbanda of Brazil. For many people, for cultural reasons or because their roots are tied to specific locations, it is convenient to follow one of these forms of witchcraft. Concentrate on reaching your personal goals during your learning. Don't take it lightly. Being a witch is a personal choice and a continuous journey. So, it's very important to keep yourself always learning as much as you can, practice as much as possible, and always keep in mind where do you want to arrive. If you write a small diary, it will help you to remember the learnings and lessons from the road. As a first step, you should ask yourself some questions, but the answer you will have to look inside you. What would you like to get with witchcraft? What kind of spells would you like to cast? What are you waiting to learn about being a witch? How do you hope to witchcraft to improve or change your life? Tips to become a witch. If you want to be a white witch, first investigate and talk to people who have already gone down that path. Try finding people with these same interests in social networks and joining to groups of pagans. You can also search for local conventions on witchcraft. Remember, always follow your own instincts. If your heart says that you should follow the road of white witches, do it. Intuition is a really powerful weapon. Remember, always follow your own instincts. If your heart says that you should follow the road of white witches, do it. Intuition is a really powerful weapon. Remember that the white witchcraft and the Wicca are not the same things. Since you can find all kind of contradictory information, the great difference is that the white magic is a skill to perform spells, while the Wicca is a pagan religion. The witchcraft can form part of many religions, while the Wicca is a religion for itself. Don't you let fooled by scammers. Many authors that have published books to become a white witch often don't corroborate many of them things that write, and many times publish quantity of wrong information. Only because is easier selling books of witchcraft with certain topics, while the deep and religious topics of the Wicca are less commercial. Here concludes this brief introduction to how to become a witch. Continue surfing this web to find most instructive lessons and recipes from free wizardry.